Welcome back to reading every Marvel comic. Last issue, Human Torch did some stupid stuff with the commie enemy Spark. Anyway, last time we saw Ant-Man, he was doing some scientific stuff, he made a costume for himself, and he fought, what else? Communist. Let me guess in this issue, we're gonna see more communists, aren't we? Yeah, you bet it. Actually, I don't know, but I'm betting we're gonna see communists. All these communist stories is that they're not really that interesting. They're just kind of like, oh, there was a commie, and that's kind of it. they're kind of like, they're not really developed at all. So yeah, that's why a lot of people don't like them. Well, if you read the comments these. Anyway, let's go to Astonish number 36. We got third Ant-Man issue, so let's go into it. So the famous Ant-Man is walked into the trap of Comrade X. It's just so big guy. Okay. A glass prison. I've got to find a way to escape before it's too late. Featuring a new Ant-Man thriller. The Astonishing X-Men. The Challenge of Comrade X. These panels pretty cool the way they're angled. You're in for another gripping adventure of Henry Pym, a brilliant scientist who can not only reduce himself to ant size, but can communicate and control ants by means of a cybernetic helmet. Using his power to combat the forces of evil, Henry has already become a living legend known as the Ant-Man. Error's note, Steel Tales Astonish number 35, The Return of the Ant-Man. Within the steel confines of a locked bank vault, three men will wait fearfully. Their time is running out. Blasted bank robber serves them right, getting trapped in a vault with a time lock. They'll suffocate for sure unless the Ant-Man can open the lock in time. Luckily, I still keep my normal strength even when I shrink to Ant-Man size, otherwise I'd never be able to move these tumblers. They're everything in this position now. Lock me open. Alright, boys, come out your hands high. Don't shoot, we're coming. We're lucky to still be alive. Look, there goes the Ant-Man. How does he always know? No, how does he always know when he's needed? Search me. There's that weird saying again. 1,000 miles away behind the Iron Curtain. I ho hey. I'm not gonna do that. Once again, if I cared about editing, I would add that in. Once again, the American Ant-Man has performed an incredible feat. The Ant-Man, always the Ant-Man, sending Comrade X. Comrade X reporting. Comrade, you are our best espionage agent. Thus, I have selected you to capture the Ant-Man and learn how he is able to change size. If we can discover the secret, the scientists will develop an antidote. Then we can reduce our entire army to ant size. It would be easy matchup for military divisions to enter enemy nations unseen. Once beyond the enemy lines, our troops will then revert to normal size to strike. Such a secret would make us masters of the world. I understand, comrade. I will leave for America at once. Several days later, in a police station in the United States. What's the trouble, miss? Just put me in touch with the Ant-Man at once. It's a matter of life and death. It can't be done. We don't know how to locate him ourselves. Some mysterious way he disappears on the scene whenever there's trouble. He disappears on the scene. Yes, that's the way it seems, but if these officers were to look in the nearby wastebasket, they would see several ants. Ants, which are part of a vast number of tiny insects planted in the police station and the newspaper's office. Throughout the city, those small, unnoticed agents of the Ant-Man keep him in touch with every emergency which occurs in the vast metropolis. Calling car for one. Calling car for one. Get me the FBI. If only the Ant-Man could help us. As so, the word Ant-Man is heard, the silent insect transmits an impulse through its antennae to another nearby ant. Thus, the countless ants unnoticed each day as the edge of gutters and cracks of sidewalks and flower pots and vacant lots in city parks. Apparently, there's a lot around me here. All these insects form a citywide web of communications. And the nerve center of the incredible network is located in a secret room in Henry Pym's laboratory. Electric impulse coming in, it originates from the precinct 14. Using a cybernetic helmet, the scientist soon translates the incoming signal into an intelligible form. Girl in trouble, she must contact Ant-Man. That means it's time to don my working clothes again. Arizona still sells times I survive her. Don't deal with explanation of his helmet. We get it. I developed my reducing and growth serums in gas form. It makes it a lot easier to carry them with me. What I do now is release the reducing gas and inhale it through my filter. That sounds safe. There it's done. Within a moment, it will start to act upon my cell tissue. It's working. It's shrinking me to the size of an ant. There is no area to shrink, so it does the costume consists of them. Who cares? I don't care about the iron rods. Now to get my own get to the trouble spot in my own special way. Oh, of course, there's secret stuff. Secret room, him, lab. Secret panel, passageway, catapult. Enter elevator shaft. Outside wall building. Ant-Man returned through here. Ground outside. Ant-size elevator. All I have to do is adjust this electric controlled catapult to rocket me to an alley near the police station. Everything is ready now. I just press the button release, and I'm on my way. Submarine transmission is sending an impulse. The ants will detect them with their antenna, and they'll follow them. And there they are, converging on the exact spot where I'm about to land. This is the best way to travel: shooting yourself through a rocket and landing on a bunch of ants. uh, this is still better than this shitty strange, that torch issue. This is actually stuff I can handle. This is fun shit, not stupid shit. Well done, my little friends. That girl getting into the cab, she just came out of the police station. She must be the one who wants to contact me. The driver doesn't know it, but he's going to be carrying an extra passenger. Your fit. The door fits its casing well, but not well enough to keep Ant out. Controlling his mouth with electronic impulses, the Ant-Man reaches the top of the car seat. Thanks for the lift, little pal. Notice why the girl, the fantastic manager Ewan, concealed himself in her purse. It's later the taxi cab arrives at her destination. I'm a mighty nice looking chick. Once inside the apartment, and now it's time for her to meet the Ant-Man. Something's on the table. The Ant-Man, but how? How I got here isn't important. First, tell me why you wanted to see me. Last year in Europe, I fell in love with a man later learned he was the deadly Red Master spy, Comrade X. But I didn't care who he was. I loved him, and I loved him. And listen, this is until he jilted me for another woman. Now I want revenge. I want him to pay for breaking my heart. Golly, that's why I tried to contact you. I want you to warn that Comrade X is in the United States. His mission is to capture you and learn your secret behind your size. But you can beat him to the punch. He's hiding in a freighter docked at Pier 89. You act now. You can surprise him before he makes his move. I'm on my way. I've heard of, I've heard, I've heard of that mysterious Comrade X, but I never thought I'd have a chance to confront him face to face. Well, they say there's a first time for everything. The Astonishing Ant-Man Part 2. That evening, the tiny warrior arrives at Pier 89. There's the freighter. Let's board it. Board her. Controlling the ants by means of electronic impulses, their human commander leads them up the ship's gangplank and past a hidden electric eye. And at that instant, on board the vessel, the light's flashing. The Ant-Man has cut the electric eye beam. He's coming aboard. Good, we are ready for him. He approaches. In a moment, he will be our captive. Ha! We trapped him in a. I like when uh, these stories are pretty fun. They put a little glass over him. The pinholes in the box will enable him to breathe, but they are not large enough for him even an ant to crawl through. In the morning we will set sail, the great Yankee Ant-Man, our captive. I'm trapped, all right. The only thing to do is bring outside ants here to help me. How can I contact them? The electric impulses from my helmet can't pass through the glass box. Oh wait, the air holes. They're too small for me to pass through, but not too small for my signal to pass through. So Henry Pym activates a separate transmission as beam impulses in the direction of the pinholes. Must command the ants to board the ship. I did not, but not the way I did. Months after their antenna received the signal, all the ants inhabiting the pier joins in a common task. They must carry loose bits of the wood to the edge of the pier. They drop them in the water, hanging into them as they fall. The end of the fall should carry the wood a little away from the dock towards the hull of the ship. The instant contact is made, the ants will crawl out to the ship. That seems very logical. Or just Aemon can just lift up the thing because he is normal strength. You know what I mean? And those it's glass. Probably like glass that. It worked. They all came aboard without being detected. Now they must somehow cause the guard to drop his rifle. Again, following the orders of the human commander, the tiny insect attacks the unsuspecting guard. Yay! My leg! It shattered the glass. I'm free. Now saw accounts of Comrade X. Hey you, come back here. I missed. Carefully remaining out of sight, the Ant-Man travels throughout the ship until he comes to the radio room. The lamp hangs above the operator. That's all the weapons I need. Come on, little friends, let's get over there. Better hold on tight. If I fall from this height, you could finish me. When they reach the lamp, the Ant-Man orders the insects to chew away at the lamp cord. Fortunately, I still possess all the strength of my real size. I should be able to loosen the yank, this loose in a few seconds. And wearing earphones, the radio operator hears nothing until it's too late. Clonk. Now it's time for me to use my growing gas. The beams are acting upon my cell tissue. They're returning me to normal size. And I contact the authorities on shore. While Hunter Pym radios for help, his insect army continues to follow his battle plan. Click. After locking the door, the ants crawl away with the key, temporarily impressing the red seaman. As soon as the message is sent, the scientist adventurer returns to ant size and goes after the sinister Commander Comrade X. There he is. How to take him by surprise. I like we've barely seen anything in the sky this whole issue. Uh, but it is the Ant-Man himself who was taken by surprise. Welcome, Yankee. I've been expecting you. The DDT in the spray gun has been diluted. It won't kill you. It'll just make you too ill to give us any further trouble for a while. I thought you might outsmart my men, but no one can fool Comrade X. The ants almost reached the light. They can cover it before it fires. Again, obeying their leader mental command, their tiny army swarms over the entire fluorescent light, plunging the room into darkness. What happened to the light? I like these stories are just fun. I just like the fact that Ant-Man doesn't really have much power, so he just does stuff like untie someone's shoes and then ties it again, and the ants do all the work basically. It's kind of fun. Where are you Ant-Man? You won't escape from me. I'll find you. Too dark for him to see a tiny figure like me, but not too dark for me to see a giant like him. There, I've untied his shoelace. Bring both shoelaces behind the red spy's feet. The Ant-Man again prepares to use his full strength. I feel like Samson pulling down the pillar of the temple. Here goes. Ooh! The instant Comrade X hits the floor. The ants leave the fluorescent light and swarm down towards him. The ants! Hundreds of them! The ants are swarming all over me. Eek! They're removing my mask. How did the brainless insect know? They learned it from me, Comrade X, but then it's Batamex, isn't it? Just as I knew it was all along. Hey, we got a female villain. That's a twist. That's interesting. You made a mistake going to the police station because you gave me a chance to hide in your pocketbook. While in there, I discovered your rubber face mask. Complete the instrument to make your voice masculine. You're very clever, aren't you? Well, you loathsome little creature, you'll never get out of this ship alive if I don't kill you. Men will. Surely, but you're wrong again. Brrr. Listen, you'll hear the sounds of sirens. I figured the Coast Guard would be arrived by now. Minutes later, the Reds are taken into custody. Now that you got Comrade X and her crew, you won't need me anymore. I wonder if he goes and who he really is. That's his secret, and that's the way he wants it, that'll the way you'll remain. So the Fantastic Ant-Man disappears with the night. Watch him next month. He returns to another Tale to Astonish. The end. Here's the next issue looks like. I always do this check to make sure there's nothing at the end, because sometimes there might be in our story or something. You never know. Yeah, that's Ant-Man number 36. It's a cute story. It's not, because Ant-Man stories aren't going to be the high stuff. It's still better, at least better, like, stuff you're going to get than crappy string tales, which sucked. Next time, I believe we're going back to an old green friend we haven't seen in a while. So we'll see that. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.